And President Biden is heading to Connecticut today to deliver remarks at the National Safer Communities Summit. Biden will join other federal officials, survivors of gun violence, and gun safety advocates at the University of Hartford. The event kicked off this morning with Democratic Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut delivering the opening remarks.
In this room, we have groups who here in Hartford are on the ground doing life-saving work that will be the recipients of this funding.
The event is being held to celebrate the first anniversary of the passage of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. ABC News' Elizabeth Schulze joins us now from the White House with a preview of that event. Elizabeth, what can we expect today?
Well, Diane, the president will be giving remarks at this major summit on gun reform at the University of Hartford in Connecticut. We do not expect him to make any new announcements on new actions, but rather to focus on the funding available that was made through the possibility of that bipartisan gun safety law that the president signed into law almost exactly a year ago today. Specifically, we're told he's going to focus on funding to help states, communities, and schools support mental health, especially for students who have been affected by gun violence. But also, Diane, I do want to point out a key part of the president's trip to Connecticut today will be a political fundraiser. He is starting to ramp up his political events after he announced his own re-election bid in April. So we can expect to hear potentially some campaign themes in addition to these remarks on gun reform today.
Elizabeth, what's the Biden administration currently doing to combat gun violence in the U.S.?
Well, the president has announced several executive actions on gun reform, whether it's bolstering background checks, trying to take on the sale of ghost guns. But at the end of the day, he has said he is now out of options when it comes to steps that he can unilaterally take on gun reform. The president has repeatedly called on Congress to pass an assault weapons ban. That has met little momentum, of course, in divided government, but it's something that every time that he makes comments on guns, it's something he calls for. We can probably hear that again from him today. But at the end of the day, Diane, certainly a message that the president has preached, not one that we've seen a lot of action on.
Now, a White House official also said Biden will highlight Connecticut's new wide-ranging gun control package. What's in that package?
This was a wide-ranging package, the first one to pass since 2013 in the wake of that really horrific shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. So we know that this law includes notably a ban on open carrying of firearms. Senator Chris Murphy, who you heard there in the beginning, talked about how this is one of the strictest measures of gun control, gun reform, and he has, of course, been a leader in the Senate to try to get some of this momentum nationally. We also know that this law will provide stop selling more than 3 handguns within 30 days to any one person. There are some exceptions there, but ultimately this is a pretty stringent set of rules when it comes to guns, something that the Connecticut senator is hoping that can be expanded to a more national scale. But again, not a lot of momentum on that. Diane.
All right, Elizabeth Schulze at the White House. Elizabeth, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.